Just about to do some ass kissing, people. If you don't like some ass kissing, then you might want to tune off right now. This could get nasty. Um, Anthony Joshua's had what, 20 fights? This will be his 21st, I think, right? 20 fights. 20 fights, 20 wins, 20 KOs. Although the last one I think would have gone to points against Takam, but we'll give him it. We'll give him that 100% KO record. This isn't necessarily about that. This video. This is more about him now, for me, 110% being crowned the king of boxing. Like, by far. It's actually quite easy to crown him that. Especially what's happened with GGG and Canelo. More Canelo, obviously, with the Clenbuterol. So if he had any competition as to who should wear that crown, it was really Canelo, right? I think it's fair to say that competition has now been drowned out in the last couple of weeks. What Anthony Joshua is doing, I said this in a video a couple of weeks ago. Not that it's not ever been done. I think someone pointed out that Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., definitely not Jr., has had some amazing crowds back in Mexico. But what Anthony Joshua is doing in selling out these stadiums is just off the Richter scale. It really is. You guys know that I work for Africa ESPN. And so I know how tough it is when some of these world champions, I'm not going to mention names, very legit good world champions can't sell a ticket for love nor money. Like, literally can't get rid of a ticket. Here we are, Anthony Joshua, having done, 90,000 at Wembley for Vlad, 78,000 for Takam, and 78,000 tomorrow for Parker. It's just incredible. And again, what makes it more incredible is that he's doing this having only had 20 professional fights. So, I mean, it raises the question, is the talent level so thin in boxing right now? Or is it just a case of Anthony Joshua just being a marketer's dream, a promoter's dream? Yeah? I listened to Hatman Strikes Back video today talking about the weigh-in, and he said that Anthony Joshua doesn't have fanboys, he has fangirls. I can't think of a boxer, and this is me sort of thinking in the last sort of 20, 25 years, that has more ladies interested in boxing than Anthony Joshua. I can't think of one. Ever. I'm thinking Muhammad Ali probably because of what Muhammad Ali stood for. But in terms of just appeal, sex appeal, I can't think of a boxer that has the ladies drooling. It's unbelievable. And I don't know when it's going to end. Some people have questioned, okay, if he loses, will it end? I'm not sure. But all I know now is that we have a guy that is selling out stadiums, not arenas, stadiums. One thing I've always been curious about is his pay-per-view numbers. I'm very curious about it for this fight coming up. Obviously, Matchroom and Sky never released a pay-per-view. Eddie Hearn always drops a hint now and again. I think the hint was that him versus Dylan White was 400,000 to 500,000. Vladimir Klitschko just over 1 million. I mean, if this guy is a pay-per-view star as well as a stadium seller, then, boy, we're talking about him ruling and having that crown on his head for a number of years. And I mean that, for a number of years. Because right now, there's no one even close to doing what he does. Now, when you're thinking about the pay-per-view aspect, obviously there's a long way to go to catch Mayweather and what Mayweather's done. And also, let's not discount that pay-per-view is a lot cheaper in the UK. I think what is it? I think in the States it's something like $64.95, sometimes $49.95. In the UK it's £19.95, which I think kind of translates to about $28 to $29. So that's a lot cheaper. But our tickets are more expensive. Our tickets to watch these big fights are a lot more expensive. So I think they kind of counter each other. Realistically, with Canelo possibly facing a suspension and that cloud being over Canelo's head now, can you think of anyone that can really contest AJ in terms of being the ruler of boxing? I can't think of anyone that's even close. I think he's number one now by such a distance, it's scary. Number two is so far back, I can't even think of who a number two is. Like, I'm not joking. I'm actually trying to think of, minus Canelo, I'm actually thinking, who is the second biggest name in boxing? I can't think of him. And that's crazy. I can't think of him. Second biggest name in boxing. Boy, it's a struggle. It really is a struggle. Um, there was a time when Zhu Shimin was supposed to be doing massive things. Obviously, he has that huge following in China, but obviously he's been beaten now. He's got problems with his eyes. He might retire, so Zhu Shimin's out of the question. There isn't no one. Anthony Joshua is something special. And I know he gets stick. I give him stick. I know people think he's a bit of a puppet. Say what you want to say. 20 fights and earning multi millions this early in his career, I think is unprecedented. I don't think Oscar was doing it. I don't think Floyd was doing it. I don't think Tyson was doing it. Pac-Man, I don't think Evander, all the big ones weren't doing it. What he's doing is quite incredible, and I think it's good that we're here to witness it. What do you guys think? Leave your comments below. Peace.